Hi, excuse me, Chris Popper here in Bangor, joined by Coach Molly Engstrom from the Maine women's ice hockey team. And Coach, congratulations. Uh, After a heartbreaking loss on Friday night, the team came out flying and picked up a nice 3-2 win on Saturday over the Friars.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good rebound for the girls. I know they were disappointed in the first game. So kudos to them to be able to come back on Saturday and win in regulation.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be you. You're tied. You're going into looks like the game's going to end in a tie, and then Providence scored with 2.2 seconds. I mean, either there one or two things. You either get so mad that you come out flying and play with such great intensity on Saturday, or that can carry through to Saturday's game and. It looks like they came out mad and wanted to prove something Saturday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, definitely. They were pretty upset, mad, angry at that the first game with the 2.2 seconds left. So, um, we talked about it. They, you know, got some things out. We went over some video and they refocused really quickly, which was the key, I think.
I was up there on Saturday, and I was really impressed with the way that Maine played. Uh, you gave up that first goal in the first period, although I think that you outplayed them, and then scored in the second the two goals to take the 2-1 lead, and then they scored with the midway through the second period, and it's like, oh my god, here we go again, right? and
Yeah.
and but then hustle, grit, and the thought of not having to go through the grind again
Yeah.
after last week. They scored in the third period.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this team right now is, we're understanding and we're trying to get through to them that how important the details are. So it can be a mistake, say in the 3-on-3 overtime with 2.2 seconds left, or the mistakes that led to the early goals. It's, for instance, on Friday's game. I mean, those mistakes, they hold the same weight if they end up a goal. So those are some of the things that we're talking through right now as a group, and trying to tie up some of those loose ends, because I agree. I think we outplayed them. We played on our toes, and we just got to manage the game.
I thought Julia played really well in goal. As I saw on that Saturday night's game, stopping 33, well, 32 shots. And, the defense in front of her played very well.
Yeah, yeah. That's a work in progress. I think, I really like the way that Julia responded this weekend after the Quinnipiac weekend, and I think in general the defense did a good job too. So I do think we're starting to put some of the pieces together. Yeah, they're working. They're working extremely hard right now.
Well, and as we're taping this around noontime on Tuesday, they just came off the ice. Talk to
Yeah.
us a little bit about practice today.
Yeah, we just popped off the ice. Tuesday is really our work day, our heaviest work day of the week. So a lot of battles on Tuesdays, a lot of up and down. So I had Sam Morrison, our sophomore center, come up and she said that stuff's getting easier now. The skating's getting a little bit easier as we chip away at it kind of 1 week at a time, which is a great feedback from the player, obviously.
This weekend, you've got a tough road trip. You head down to Boston to take on the BU Terriers Friday and Saturday with games at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey,
Yeah.
how hard is that to play? I mean, that you're neither fish nor fowl playing at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it was tough. I don't know how challenging it really was, but we practice at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning typically. the last 2 days has been fall break, so we've been able to practice a little bit later. But when you practice at 7, 8 a.m. and then you play at 7 p.m., the girls are usually going to bed by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. So and they're on the ice in that situation. So it's just about handling the different situations and the adversity of it. Afternoon games aren't so bad, so we'll be ready.
This is the first big weekend road trip. What do you do for the team to get prepared, or how? I mean, have you gone all? Yes, you played at UNH, but that was a day trip, wasn't it? I mean, so this is overnight, and talk to us a little bit about preparing the women for this trip.
Yeah, a lot of the upperclassmen really take that on. We have our set schedule that's very routine about what time we leave, about what time we eat every single day. So it's just about packing the bus. Honestly, it's a new experience for the young players. Like I said, the upperclassmen usually kind of walk them through it, but it's a really great opportunity. It's being on the road is one of those things where you can create some camaraderie just from being on the bus for many hours. Having your hotel roommate who's usually different than your roommate here at school. So we're looking forward to it.
And then you've got another road weekend as well at Colgate, and that's a bus trip and a half out to New York.
Yeah, that'll be a long one. We're looking forward to both of the weekends. I think they'll be good games.
I had the pleasure of talking. And all of a sudden I can't remember their name. The little 1-year-old, the
Genthers.
Genther, thank you.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I was sitting next to them and I was like, holy. And I mean, they're all in Maine whites, and they've got the dads waving the flag, the little Phoebe's waving the flag. And, when I asked the parents, I said, tell me why are you here for women's hockey? And they said, oh, we love the way that they play. There's no fighting. It's skating up and down. And I'm like asking the mom, did you play hockey? And they were like, no, we don't play. And dad doesn't even know how to skate, which I just find it's amazing. But as I said in the story, when I posted the photos, she's probably going to have like 29 aunts that are ready to teach her how to skate as soon as they're ready to skate.
Yeah, it's been so fun from the day she was born. I think they had this in mind. So she's been to more games. Yeah, I think she's at like 30 some.
24 games in the first year, and the first game was like 4 to 6 days after she was born.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm just amazed by it. And and they're going on the road. They said, oh yeah, we're going to be at every game. And they've got a dad had a license plate that it said Maine and then W hockey. And he was like, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows that there's a women's hockey from Maine women's hockey fan in the house. We're just not, we're not going to be counted as a BU fan or a Clarkson or Colgate fan. We're represented.
Yeah, it's great. They're amazing. They came to the season ticket holder event that we had. So we were able to see all three of them and chat with them a little bit. The support is outstanding. It's fun.
Yeah, it's just I just saw that and it just warmed my heart because as you're talking about building that culture, there's culture number one. The example of how it can be built and to bring them along, and who knows, 16, 17 years, maybe she'll be skating for the Bears. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah. Yep. It's a very real possibility.
Yeah. All right. Coach, thanks so much. Best of luck this week. Very proud of everybody picking it up and going 1-1 last weekend. And Maine will be back home on November 1st and 2nd against the UVM Catamounts and games times those days at 2 o'clock. So we hope that everyone's able to come out there and support the Bears.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you.
All right, Coach. Have a great week.
Yep, you too.